Tonight, the FBI is warning governors that protests are being planned at all 50 state capitals in the days leading up to the inauguration. And President Trump has granted an emergency declaration for Washington, D.C. to free up federal agencies to respond to any potential violence. And since the 87th Texas legislative session gets underway tomorrow, Grace White is taking a look at the security measures being put in place in Austin.
The Texas state capitol is no stranger to protests. But after pro-Trump rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol in D.C. on the eve of Texas's next legislative session kicking off,
we had a briefing this morning with DPS.
State Representative Armando Wally says the Texas Department of Public Safety is beefing up their presence on Capitol grounds.
Are you concerned we could see protests in Austin?
You could. There's already outwardly groups that indicated that they were going to come march onto the Capitol grounds, which is their constitutional right.
State Senator Carol Alvarado says she was inside the Capitol today preparing for session.
As walking in the halls, there are a lot of DPS troopers and more of a presence around the building.
She's one of several lawmakers who signed on to this letter asking the governor to ban firearms on the opening day of session. In Texas, you're allowed to open carry at the Capitol with a license, but states like Michigan have reversed their rules in light of the D.C. attack.
It's critical for the FBI and law enforcement to get out in front of this.
Former FBI agent James Conway says the FBI would not have sent a warning about protests at state capitals across the country without a verifiable threat. He says their job now will be tedious, but crucial to making sure what happened in D.C. doesn't happen again.
Through chat rooms, social media, and so forth, technical coverage, human sources, and so forth. They are going to be full court press 24/7 from now until the inauguration, collecting intelligence.
We did ask DPS if open carry would be changing for tomorrow. We didn't get a response. They did send us a statement, though, saying they'll have additional personnel and resources at the Capitol. Lena Mia.